Hello everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Play Dark Souls. First we're going to come up here, and I have to leave a note. I always leave a note here every single time that I play. And let's see. There we go. So this is how this orange soapstone works if you ever want to use it. It's a little bit weird, I guess. There's a lot of options that you have to go through if you want to find exactly what you're looking for. You can get oddly specific or pretty vague, depending on how detailed you want to get with it. So there we go. Amazing chest ahead. And here it is. Get it? Get it? Okay, I'll stop now.
O chosen undead, I am Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn and Queen of Sunlight. Since the day Father his wounded obscureth, I have awaited thee. I bequeath the Lordvessel to thee.
So now we can warp to certain areas of the game.
Succeed Lord Gwyn, and inheriteth the fire of our world. Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight, and avert further undead sacrifices.
So there we go. Sorry about the bit of a wait between this episode and the one that came before it. I've been busy going to conventions and doing things, so I just haven't had time to record anything. So now let's warp. I think Firelink Shrine is where I want to go. Yeah, that's definitely where I want to go. Took a drink there. That was good. So there's going to be some creative editing in this episode, just warning you guys. This beginning bit is the only bit that's going to be recorded as I play. The rest is going to be post-gameplay recording, I guess, for lack of a better term, because I'm going to try to show off invasions, and that's just going to throw everything off. So I'm only going to record this beginning bit as I play. So you want to come up here after warping back to Firelink Shrine, because there's this guy!
Hello. Was it you who rang the bell of awakening? I am the primordial serpent, King Seeker-Frant, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead, who has rung the bell of awakening. I wish to elucidate your fate, and the very reason your kind have appeared. Chosen undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn, so that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead. Now, let us take that vessel on a journey. I assume that you are ready. Now, be still.
Yep. That is how he takes us on a journey.
The Firelink Chamber for the successor of Lord Gwyn. Now, place the Lordvessel on the altar.
Okay, so the Lordvessel that we just received goes up here, and it also acts as a bonfire, as well as being a very important plot device. So there are a lot of areas like this that were previously blocked off because we hadn't gotten the Lordvessel or placed them anywhere. And now that we do have it, we can all of a sudden go into these places. I know where all these places are. I haven't shown where they are yet in these videos because we just haven't gone to those areas. So now we can use this as a bonfire if we want to, and we can use it to do all sorts of crazy stuff.
Very well. As Kingseeker, I shall now instruct you, the Lord's successor, in your next task. To achieve your fate, fill the vessel with powerful souls, commensurate to the great soul of Gwyn. Scarce few possess such brilliant souls. Grave Lord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, the 4 kings of New Londo, who inherited the shards of Gwyn's soul, and Lord Gwyn's former confidant, Seath, the Scaleless. All of their souls are required to satiate the Lordvessel. Are you ready?
So, all of those people that he just named, except for the 4 kings of New Londo, were all in the opening cinematic for the game. So if you can think back and remember that opening cinematic, it's kind of a big deal that those are the people that we have to kill and get their souls. So from this point on, there's not much more to do with this guy. He can help, he can be helpful, but it's not that much of a help, honestly. I guess it could be depending on what you want to do. But you can feed him Titanite shards and different types of Titanite, and he will chew it up and break it down into a bunch of smaller pieces of Titanite. So if you want to get a specific type of Titanite, I guess he could be kind of useful, because you need different Titanite for different types of weapon upgrades. So that's pretty much it. I want to upgrade a weapon, and then probably do some invasions after that. So let's go to Andre and upgrade a weapon. And this guy's friends showed up now. We've made it far enough in the game that they've appeared near Firelink Shrine. They will soon be going down into a different area. And I could go after them. I could travel with them down there, but not gonna do that because I don't care. And we'll go down there eventually anyway, just not at the same time. You know, actually, now that I think about it, going up this ladder here, or this elevator. Jeez, what is wrong with me today? I think it would have been faster to warp to this bonfire. I forgot that this bonfire right by Andre was a warp point, but it's too late now. We're just gonna keep running forward. And I probably should have done this before I fought Ornstein and Smo in the last episode, because I forgot to upgrade my Fury Sword here. I just turned it into a Fury Sword. I didn't upgrade it, which would have helped me out in the fight. Maybe Solaire wouldn't have died.
You need anything? I'll be seeing you then.
Is there a dude? Did that guy keep following me? I keep hearing something that sounds like armor clinking or something. Oh, that's probably just the fire and the torches crackling behind me. Never mind. So, I'm in the wrong menu. Okay, I'm in the wrong menu. My bad. So you can tell it's been a while since I played because I'm stuttering with my words, and I'm not going into right menus to do things. So that's as high as we can upgrade it. I'm only 1 Demon Titanite away from getting it another level. I kind of want to go fight the kind of want to go fight the Titanite Demon back in Anor Londo. I might end up doing that. So let's go to Anor Londo. Woo! Hello everybody, this is now some post-gameplay commentary. We've finally gotten to that point. As you can see, I'm a lot different than the last time you guys saw me, because I tried fighting the Titanite Demon a good handful of times, and he kicked my ass every single time. It just was not successful. I don't have the ability to beat him as I am right now. So, time to show off some invasions. And what you do for invasions is bring this item in here called the Cracked Red Eye Orb. And I don't know why I kept going down on the menu here. I think I was checking to see if I had Humanity equipped, which I do. When you invade, Humanity is the only way to heal yourself. You cannot use Estus if you're an invader. So you always want to make sure to have some Humanity equipped to your quick use bar, so that you can get yourself out of a tight situation if you're in trouble. So I did a couple of invasions, but they were all really short and they weren't very exciting. This was the only one that was at all exciting, so this is the one that I decided to leave in here to show off. And I have invaded the world of Tony Anthony. So there he is. He's wearing Havel's gear, which we picked up here in Anor Londo. Now, when you invade people, you only invade people that are a higher level than you. You don't invade people that are lower level. So if you want a chance at invading as many people as possible, you will stay a low level. It just gives you greater options for invasions. In fact, there are some people that stay around level 20 and they pretty much invade everybody. So I decided to back off here after getting that backstab, and he decides to heal himself with some Estus. And my magic is not working all too well, and as you can see, there's a little bit of lag because his sword has a greater reach than it should on some of his swings. So there's definitely some lag involved here. So what you can do as an invader is go by the enemies that you would normally fight, because they do not attack invaders. They only attack the people whose world you've invaded. So basically, if they're stupid enough to come after you when you're right by an enemy, the enemy will go after them and help you out. But this guy's smart, and he knows not to come near that enemy. So I'm just going to have to keep going to him. That was a nice little move. I was hoping that would work out, and it totally did. You can... As soon as you get an opening, you have to take it. Backstabs and parries are really the easiest way to take down people that you're invading. And there were some pretty weird moments in this fight just because of the lag involved. This was also a really long fight, because neither one of us was ever really getting an upper hand on the other one, because even though he hits me and I can't heal, I'm always doing more to him than he's ever doing to me. He's got a ton of hit points, so I'll give him that. But I keep doing enough damage to force him to heal. I mean, the fight is just pretty much this over and over and over and over again. And even though I keep backstabbing him as he's healing with Estus, the Estus is just so quick that I can never get the backstab in before the Estus actually heals him somewhat. So I thought about healing there, and I decided not to. I'm gonna go in one more time, and there we go. I definitely heal there at that point. So then I just charge right back in, go at him again. I haven't even been counting how many times he's used Estus, because if I was counting that, I could probably just whittle him down to nothing. He's probably really low at this point because he's doing a lot more guarding and a lot more just trying to break my guard. So there I finally got a parry, but it was only because of the lag that the parry actually worked. And even that was not enough to kill him. So I go in for another backstab, and he's still alive. He went for a ballsy move there that I could have gotten him with. Could have made him pay for that, but I needed the heal, so I just let him be. So at this point, I just decided to try to figure out how much endurance he probably had, because he only takes about 4 swings at me every single time that he attacks, and then he stops. So either that's the end of his endurance, or he's saving just enough left to guard me if I decide to attack. So I feel like I'm in a good place because I kind of have an idea of how much he can handle. So I get a little bit ballsier with just staying right next to him and not really backing away, putting in an attack just to bait him. And now he's healing. I had just enough time to get that backstab in. And I've also started two-handing the sword whenever I do a backstab, just for that little boost to damage. So now we're getting into the really laggy portion of the fight. I have no idea what caused that to happen. And it doesn't do any damage to him either. He acts like he gets backstabbed, but no damage is done, and the same thing just happened to me, and no damage was done to me. So he finally gets me. And that's pretty much it. That's how invasions work. One thing I don't know if I kept in or not is because... Or one thing that I don't know if I kept in or not is when you die as an invader, you go back into your world and you drop your souls, your humanity, just like you would if you died, if you're not invading someone, if you're in your own world. But they drop right at the bonfire, because that's where I was standing. So wherever you were when you invaded is where you will drop all that. So now with some more crafty editing techniques, I'm up here, because that is actually where you will warp to if you warp to Anor Londo. You will actually warp to this spot back up here. And the reason why there was a bloodstain there is because I was running forward and I kind of fell off of this thing and died on landing, because I'm an idiot. And I didn't want to keep that in the video. So what you do is you come over here, and I could have picked Chamber of the Princess to warp to, which is where Guinevere is, which is past Ornstein and Smo, which is closer, I guess, in a way, but I would have to go through enemies in order to get to this point. And you're already going to be fighting enough enemies once you get in here anyway, so I figured, fuck it, I was gonna warp to the easier bonfire where I don't need to worry about any of that. Go down these stairs, and then we're gonna go into the church. It looks like a church. I'm going to call it a church. And there are going to be a lot of painting guardians in here, and that's actually what they're called. And I should be able to make pretty quick work of these guys. I don't think this section of the video lasts very long. It didn't feel like it anyway when I played. So these guys are a little bit crafty. They have a tendency of, if you hit them once and you try to go for them again, they will be able to dodge out of the way before you can hit them. And they also like to throw these throwing knives at you. So watch out for that, I guess. You can dodge them just through sheer luck like I've been doing. But they can just as easily hit you. And when they do hit you, they do a surprising amount of damage. You would not believe how much damage some of these throwing knives will do to you. So, like any enemy in the game, going for backstabs is going to be the easiest way to beat these guys. So I accidentally drew the attention of a second enemy. And there we go. That's how much damage one throwing knife did to me right there. It is a very surprising amount of damage. So I'm just going to lure him in close and hit him with my sword. Oh yeah, this guy was way trickier than the others. He was actually dodging my regular attacks. But then he gets hit twice in a row, which doesn't normally happen, so karma, I guess. So you can use this chandelier that we brought down a little bit ago in a previous episode. You can kind of use that as an obstacle to kite them around if you want. And there's the item that was on the chandelier that we dropped. It's a big deal if you're a caster, but I'm not, so I'm not going to worry about it. Just wanted to show you guys. And I actually predicted where he was going to roll that time, just through sheer luck. I was like, I think he's going to roll to my left. So I just went that way. Got lucky. And there's one last painting guardian over here who is guarding a suit of armor that I definitely want to pick up. There we go. Now if you're wondering if we've seen this before, that is the same suit of armor that Tarkus was wearing when... you've met him. He's in Sense Fortress. He's the guy that we talked to and we could have bought items from. So we're going to examine this painting, which is it's a pretty painting. And I love the leg animation there. And this might just be my favorite area of the entire game in terms of its aesthetics. It's between this place and Anor Londo for my favorite area of the game. There's a bonfire up here that you can go save at, but you cannot warp to another bonfire. This place is totally unconnected to any other section of the game. See, I'm even going to show you in the menu right there. Well, anyway, that'll be it for this episode, guys. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes of Let's Play Dark Souls, because now that I have nothing going on in my personal life, I'm going to have plenty of time to give you more of this stuff. So I'll catch you guys later for the next exciting episode.